And yung dalawa, the two others were our Engineer Mars Garcia, also a member, and Attorney Federico Mandapat, who was then the legal officer of the Kamchahe Golf Club. Okay? So, ang nilalaman ng statement na yun is of course banning the three of them. No? For, yun nga, because initially, nung October, nung last year, they filed a case against BCDA for the takeover. Pero, yun ang i-discuss ni Mayor Mauricio G Domogan this morning. So,
good morning to all of us, friends from the media, people of Baguio, at lahat po kayo who can be watching us or who can hear and read what we are going to say this morning. I am here this morning regarding the statement of BCDA banning us, myself, as already been said, the chairman of the House Rules of the club, I'm referring to Kamchahe Golf Club, Attorney Domogan dapat, the chairman of the membership committee, and Engineer Mars Garcia. Three of us I should say, plaintiff in the case that we filed against BCDA. The reason why we are banned, it is because we did not withdraw our names as plaintiffs in this case. I had a discussion with the Chairman Larry Paredes last Friday. I clearly told him that as far as I am concerned, for myself, for the cadres, for the employees, and for the members, we do not somewhat disagree, we do not object for the full implementation of the decision of the Supreme Court for BCDA to take over the golf course, the improvements, because that's the decision of the Supreme Court which already attained finality. What is I am clamoring for only is the security of the members, the employees in the cadres. Chairman Paredes told me that with respect to the cadres and the employees, they will absorb them. That's what he said. In our case, as members, they do not recognize us as members. They call us as patrons. I do not have much problem with that. And he told me, you will continue to enjoy the same privileges by paying 5,000 Diyos per month. You can play anytime. That's what he said. But this is only during the interim, which is 6 months, renewable for a maximum period of 6 months. So I said, what will happen after the 1-year period? We will again talk. And so long as we will be there, we will continue that kind of arrangement. So I said, if that's the case, why can we not reduce that into writing? And he said, And this is our the point of my concern, because he said he has no authority to sign that kind of agreement. I asked him, have it be approved by the board of BCDA? But he did not answer it that way. So that is where we have stopped. So clear now what I am standing for is, please recognize the security of the members of the club. Reason, because I know for a fact that BCDA had given a consent or sought approval when Kamjangi Golf Club Corporation had been formed, that issued the number of shares to members and registered with the Securities and Exchange Commission. BCDA had been given a share, had received the benefit. But I do not know why. It's so difficult for them to just recognize us. They need also the members to play in the golf course. The golf course is well developed. The only golf course in the country that bent grass had been utilized. Very good. So that's all that we are pleading. Now, I told my companions that with respect to the pending case, you said, as far as I am concerned, we have to amend that, because the taking over of the golf course in the province had already been finally decided by the Supreme Court. What will remain only is our security as members. And I'm going to really fight for that legally in court if we cannot come into an agreement. I hope that as we are discussing now, and there are certain parties also talking in the higher up, this can be settled. So that is all that we are fighting for here. I really feel sad because I've always been supportive of government, BCD, for the development of Janay after it was turned over by the United States of America to the Philippine government. I was then the janitor of the city when series of big demonstrations have been going on in the city of Baguio against the development of Janay. I've been the one facing the demonstrators, answering issues. And I have to admit that I am the brain of the 19 conditionalities embodied under Resolution 362, series of 1994, for the development of Janay. BCDA cannot say that it did not agree with the 19 conditionalities, because while it is true that we did not sign an agreement, what happened was, after the passage of Resolution 362, series of 1994, we furnished BCDA a copy of the same, and BCDA came out with its own resolution approving the 19 conditionalities. And I can say, with my estimate, that 70% of the terms and conditions of the 19 conditionalities have been implemented by BCDA as follows. 1. They followed the 19 conditionalities in the preparation of the master development plan of the leased premises. 1. 2, on condition number 1, they followed it, and it was the city government through the building officials that had been issuing the building permits for any structure that are being constructed in Jan A. One of the building that was issued building permit by the city government was the forest lands. We signed the occupancy permit of the forest lands. And ito ang simula ng gulo kasi sabi ni Apo Arnel Casanova, was the president at the time of BCDA, i-withdraw ko yung occupancy permit na in-issue ko. Sabi ko, bakit ko i-withdraw? May building permit, they complied substantially with the specifications in the building permit. Ayaw kong i-withdraw. I did not withdraw. So there we are. Next. Binigay naman yung BCDA yung 25% share ng city government from the lease rental of Jan A. The first share that we got from Jan A, I can recall, was 105 million, which we utilized by giving 500,000 each to per barangay, concreting of the South Drive, part of Happy Hollow, the bridge going to the elementary school of Camp 7, and many more. Take note, audit will not allow BCDA to be giving the city the 25% lease rental of Jan A if there is no legal basis. And what is the legal basis? It's the 19 conditionalities. Right. That's one. Next, proof na talagang na-implement yung 19 conditionalities. Sa condition number 14, anong condition number 14? It says that the 13 barangays within Jan A reservation shall be segregated to be removed from Jan A reservation. In fairness to BCDA, it did appropriate, if I'm not mistaken, more or less 2.8 million din at the time. That was somewhere in 1998. And it was then Engineer Sapsigny who owned the bill to implement the segregation. It was unfortunate that it was not finished because some of the people of Happy Hollow, to be specific, in Luacan, misunderstood. They thought that government is grabbing their own property, so they opposed the segregation. So it was not finished. It was not finished. Partially done only. And because of that situation, in 2002, the city government, myself and Mayor Bergaradin at the time, hired Engineer Jose Fernandez that had done the segregation survey. The segregation survey, which had been done by Engineer Jose Fernandez, was approved by the DA now. And when we were at the stage of reaching the office of the President to sign an amended proclamation excluding the 13 barangays, BCDA pointed out that there are errors in the technical description in the segregation survey. So, because of that, we went back to the DNR. We have a lot in series of conferences and meetings to address the error in the technical description. And one of the issues was what will happen to the forest reserves in the watersheds. I made it clear we can agree that that will remain with the Jan A, of BCDA, or if it will be included to be segregated from the Changi Reservation, it should remain and to be protected by everybody as watershed and forest reserve. Unfortunately, we were again bogged down because Republic Act 7227 that created BCDA had been amended, and the amendatory law required preparation of master development plan that will indicate what will be segregated to the barangays. I somewhat disagree. Hence, I have written BCDA. My point was that should not be applied to these 13 barangays because these 13 barangays were already been occupied by settlers even before the proclamation of Janhi as a reservation. Unlike other areas covered by the BCDA law, but it was not answered. Then, of course, you all know that it was bidded out. Nanalo ang State Sobre Peña Group. Kasi actually, yung highest bidder dyan, I can remember, was the Manuela Group of the Villas na magbabayad supposedly ng 1.6 billion per year as lease rental. Ngunit, I think they have realized that that is not feasible. Halos, hindi nila tinuloy, so the lease was awarded to the second highest bidder, which is the Sobre Peña Group. Again, there was a serious problem when they had already been there, also in Clark, the different investors. When we lost in the Supreme Court, because if you will know, all kinds of cases that you can imagine had been filed against the development of Janhi. In those cases filed by the anti-development of Janhi, they lost, except in a minor issue, the executive order then of President Fidel Ramos extending tax incentive benefits to locators of former US bases, the same as those tax incentives being enjoyed by the locators in the economic zones in the different areas of the country. Sabi ng Supreme Court, null and void yung executive order na yan kasi only Congress can pass the law. That's not part and parcel of the function of the executive. Wala kang magawa. Decision ng Supreme Court. So what was the consequence? In-assist ng BIR lahat ng locators in the former US basis, billion. Can you remember that Janhi had been assessed for 2.6 billion pesos. Umalsa ang mga, especially the foreign investors, Japanese, the Koreans. What is the Philippine government doing? At the middle of the game, pinalitan nila. Sinundan namin yung terms of reference, stated in the invitation to bid. Yung aming kontrata, ganun naman. Babayaran namin. Pagkatapos, palitan ninyo. It so happened that I was in Congress. We remedied the situation, which is now Republic Act 9400. So I really feel sad that with all these efforts, I'm going to be banned playing golf in Janhi. Next, that will prove that the 19 conditionalities have been implemented by BCDA. Right. If I'm not mistaken, there is an opinion of the Office of Government Corporate Council sustaining the legality, the 19 conditionalities. We were sued by then President Casanova, when I was then the city janitor, preventing the city to collect taxes in Janig. Umabot kami sa Supreme Court. Natalo sila sa Regional Trial Court. Hanggang umabot kami sa Supreme Court. Anong sabi ng Supreme Court? May karapatan ng city na magkulikta naman ng buwis. Anong ginamit ng Supreme Court? Yung 19 conditionalities. So, with all this evidence, BCDA cannot say that there is no agreement between the city and itself. Important. Condition number 19. Now that they are seeing that nag-expire na ang contract. Yun. So, it's now the decision of the city. It's now the decision of the city to somewhat assert its right under condition number 19. Ano ang condition number 19? I-turn over ng gobyerno, BCDA sa City of Baguio lahat ng improvements without obligation on the part of the city to pay the value of the city. So, I had opened clearly my point, and I am being punished for standing for the security of the members, the employees, and the cadres. I repeat, sabi naman ni Chairman na i-absorb yung cadres. As far as the members are concerned, sabi niya, we will enjoy the same benefits and privileges. Kulang lang, ayaw niyang magpirma ng dokumento. I made it clear to him, and I am sure he knows it very well, na hindi naman siya permanently dyan eh. And that's our concern. At any time, he can be replaced. Or maybe, let us take it up to 2008, which is the end of the term of Apo President BBM who appointed him. What will happen now to the members? That is what we are, what I am fighting for. And if they will continue to ban me, let it be so. I repeat, we will amend. I will amend if they will not do it. Our pending complaint with the Regional Trial Court to focus on the issue of the security of members and the employees in the cabins. Now, I hope the people of Baguio will support whatever the city government will do if it's going to assert its right under condition number 19 of the 19 conditionalities.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. So, that was the connection, the relation between Attorney Domogan and BCDA and Camp John Hill. So, you already discussed the reason why there was a statement and yung stand nilang tatlo. And then, of course, in relation with the 19 conditionalities. So, any questions? Yes, sir, Vince.
Mayor, with regards to the banning, the banning, yung pag-ban, for the fact that Camp Johnny Golf Course is a world class. The maintenance, the security, in fact, dyan ang PhilAm. Don't you think the reason for banning is you were associated with DEPCO or something like that, company?
Possibly, that's only part of BCDA. But I made it clear. So, this is not political. This is not about DEPCO or Subripinya. Since it is turned over to them, they can do what they want to manage the golf club, the golf facilities. alisin nila kami or alisin nila si Supripinya, walang problema diyan. That's part and parcel of the right. But sana naman they should recognize the security of the members, the employees in the caddies.
So,
That's all.
BCDA did that beforehand, reach out to you together with the members on the board?
Actually, that was what I had discussed last Friday with Chairman Paredes. Of course, yung mga ibang membro na avid implingo, natatakot sila na maiban. So I learned yesterday that Engineer Garcia was pleading na sana we will understand him because he cannot afford not to play golf. It's his exercise, so please allow me to withdraw. As sabi ko, when I was told about it, well, it is, you're right, but ako, even if I will remain as only one, I'm going to continue this legal battle. Simply lang, I hope na BCDA representatives are listening right now. I made very clear that's only the security of the members, the employees, and the caddies that we are fighting for. We have done a lot to support the development. For them to do this to us, I think it is so unjust and unfair.
Kasi it's so sudden, it's so abrupt that we thought for a while BCDA would take over the interim, but immediately it was turned over to private interim company. So doon lang kami nagulat, Mayor, no? If BCDA really wants to tawag dito, i-take over, but so sudden na ibinigay kagad nila sa isang private company, the MVP group, was so sudden.
Well, you know, I have the same view with what you have said, but I do not much question that. That's well the right of BCDA to do. Problema lang, yun nga, going back again na di kami nire-recognize eh. Yun ang problema dyan. And then, look at interim only for a period of 6 months, renewable for a maximum period of another 6 months or 1 year. Yun yung situation eh. So talagang it's a big question what will happen after the 1 year period.
Thank you.
Yes.
Sir, just to clarify, who banned you? Is it BCDA or the interim group?
It's BCDA.
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 Okay. Sir, can you define to us who are the members and then what is a member?
Well, a member was, of course, one who had paid their share, registered with the Securities and Exchange Commission, allowed to enjoy the privileges as members, and pay the monthly dues. Yung monthly dues, 5,000. Yung share na nibigay, it fluctuated. It went as low. When it was started, I think it was 1.5 million. Then immediately it went down. Except 200 local members, Baguio and Benguet, that I negotiated again to be extended different treatment. 1.5 yung share, yung local membership at that time was 300,000 payable in 10 years. Or in short, 30,000 a year. That's what I negotiated for the local membership. So that's it. Now, I said it a while ago, they do not recognize us as members. They call us patrons. Patrons. Now, of course, you know, what is the definition of patrons? Patrons, meaning to say, well, you have been playing, patronizing John Heath to play golf. That's all it means. As I said, they do not recognize us as members.
Sir, as lawyer, ano po bang ibig sabihin na binigyan, may hawak kayo na security coming from the SEC?
Well, there's a law governing that. Yung aming concern na of course, to our staff, it was with the conformity in consent of BCDA, yung pag-issue ng share and its registration with the Securities and Exchange Commission. And yun nga yung dahilan na sabi ko, they should recognize that. Nabigyan na sila ng share eh. Nabigyan sila ng share. They benefited from it. Kung nanalo sila sa Supreme Court. Remember na, yung what the dispositive portion ng decision ng Supreme Court is you turn over the lease premises together with the improvements. Hindi kami kasali dyan na members in the golf club. Hindi kami kasali sa decision ng Supreme Court. And Chairman Paredes is clearly admitting it. Yun lang, because of their power, na-turn over yung lease premises sa kanila together with the improvements. According to him, they can do whatever they want. And I said, yes, but also recognize us because we have the reason why. And the reason is, look, if you look at the history, meron naman kayong consent eh. When we were organized as a club, mag-issue ng share at inirehistro namin sa Securities and Exchange Commission. Well, this is a legal issue. We'll subpoena the Securities and Exchange Commission in the event that this will not be settled for the state agency to testify. What is the effect of our shares registered with them in accordance with the Security and Exchange Law of the Philippines? But I hope we will not go to that point.
Sir,
As I'm seeing, there are ongoing negotiations.
Sir, yung nabanggit mo na SEC will be subpoenaed later.
No, that's to if ever supported.
If ever, sir. But have you sought the help of the Securities and Exchange Commission as to your rights as holders of a security
I am
ticket?
sure they are doing it. Not me personally.
But the membership, the members na binabanggit po, sir, have you done something or have the members acted?
Our
Approach the SEC?
members in Manila are doing it already, so it will be duplication of hintayin na lang natin kung ano ang resulta ng ano.
Sir, panghuli po, saan ka na maglalaro? Kasi alam ko buhay mo ang golf eh.
We have country club, we have Pinewoods. Plus, I really miss playing. I patronize Jania. To me, it's still the best course in our city where we can play. But with that situation, wala akong magawa.
Sir, how often do you play?
Well, when I have the time, I usually very early. I am an early bird player. Why? So that by 9:30 I will be in the office. Marami yung trabaho pa rin eh.
Sige, sir. Thank you po.
Thank you.
Mayor,
Yes, ako. Jordan.
sir, ilan po yung affected na members, caddies, or the
We have
affected total, sir?
We have more than 1,000 members. We have, ang mga caddies about 200. Mga employees about 100. Calculation.
Pero follow up doon sa question ni Domogan. Nagpag-usap din ba sa inyo yung mga members, I mean mga empleyado ng ADIS?
Well, some of them are working right now. But yung sa this, hindi pa sila bumalik.
So nabanggit po kanila na lagi ipaglalaban mo yan kasi in case na yung decision ng RTC is hindi papabor sa inyo. Or positive ba kayo na papabor kayo sa inyo ang decision ng
Well, as I said, iba na ngayon because what we are fighting for is yung security lang ng members. Yung problema kasi sa original na pinahal nila sa RTC is to prevent BCDA to take over yung golf club, the golf course. Iba yan. Ito, isa na lang yung issue. I was then of the legal view na premature na mag-file kami, di ko rin pinilit yung mga kapatid natin ng taga Manila. Sabi ko, hintayin natin yung yung resolution ng Supreme Court and then kung paalisin nila tayo na they do not recognize at mag-file na tayo for our rights as members, specifically on our security.
Any more? So you mentioned earlier na that he has the best force in the city of Baguio. Sir, paano kayong maintenance?
Actually, that's a problem. That is also a concern na sana maayos ito para yung mga, including yung mga equipment, yung mga empleados na nagmi-maintain ako na nasanay na sila sa big grass and the maintenance of the green. Sana hindi madidistract. May turnover yung equipment sa kanila na, well, sa tingin ko naman, pwede naman, hindi nila babayaran. Parang ma-maintain natin. This is also very important sa city because this is part and parcel of the tourism come on of the city government. Yes.
Sir, relate po ako sa I don't know if this was answered. Sir, wala po bang direct answer ang BCDA to your, yung very specific po ang inyong defense? Why, meron po ba silang specific na sagot doon to your right to the golf club?
Wala silang specific. Ngunit impliedly, hindi nila nire-recognize. Diyan nga kami which is contrary to what they are seeing na. You will enjoy the same privileges. You will pay the same obligation. Ngunit ayaw naman nila to put it in writing. And that is the only difference we have. I have been saying, put it in writing and have the board of BCD approve it, they finish.
Sir, since this is something already in court,
We will, as I said, yung kaso sa korte, I will file an amendment. And I'm sure the others will, kasi yung remaining issue lang, balikan ko, yung aming security as members.
Pero sir, if this gains any kind of winning in the court, will this mean that the old management can take over?
No. That is not the meaning. Because na-turn over na yung leased premises, is still the authority in right of BCDA to manage, not necessarily the old management. Well, it's the decision of BCDA kung ibalik nila yung old management under certain terms and conditions. That is their call. It can be given also to other developers. Ito yung concern ko na yan. Sana maayos ito, parang i-focus natin sa hindi pa natapos na development in the leased premises. Marami pa eh. I do not like to go back again to the gulo kasi, especially during the time of Mayor Casanova.
Okay,
Thank you, sir.
BCDA Monday.
Ano to, Mayor? May iba pang legal remedies tayo aside from dun sa pag-file natin sa RTC para sa securities ng mga empleyado kasi nabagit ko kanina parang hindi kasali kasi sa decision ng Supreme Court yung mga member ng golf club. Magbabaga sa clarification sa part ng
Well,
Supreme Court, hindi na ba?
You're asking for other remedies. We are doing the other remedies by negotiating with them. Sana maayos na. But kung talagang hindi maayos, the only remaining one is let the court resolve it. Ganun naman. We are a law of, we are men of laws, not law of men.
another question, wait.
Sir, clarification lang po ulit. As a security holder, as a member, ano po yung rights nyo na ina-enjoy before?
Well, of course, you have your share. Okay. That is transferable. Ha? Pwede mo pang ibinta. Share yan eh. Registered sa Securities and Exchange Commission. And then of course, you enjoy all the benefits being a shareholder. Now, alright. As I said, it can be part of the discussion na kung alisin nila yung share, sa akin, recognize nila ng security, we put it into writing para kahit na mapalitan sila, it will bind whoever will replace them. Ganun lang eh.
Sir, tama po ba yung interpretation ko na because you are now being called as patrons only and not shareholders, dinidisregard nila yung rights nyo over that paper that you can sell or
Yes,
transfer?
that is the interpretation.
Salamat.
More questions? Jordan, Andrew, Joseph? Okay.
Basta lang siguro Mayor.
Kay last.
Ano sa lang siguro sa doon sa dahil nawala na yung CG step ko tapos yung mayor sa magistrates tayo yung brain ng 19 conditionalities. So tingin mo ba ninyo ngayon na out na ang CG step ko, mas madali na makuha natin yung hindi pa na-achieve doon sa 19 conditionalities?
Well, with what is happening, it is even more difficult already. With what is happening, you do not even know what is the view of the present officials of BCDA. Baka sabihin nila, di namin nire-recognize ng 19 conditionalities na yan. Oh, ito yung lang problema natin, because, correct, there are collectibles of the city government. Money, it's not from Kamjani Development Corporation, but it's from BCDA. Na tinorpe ng arbitral ruling. Kasi ito ngayong medyo kulang siguro namin dyan. Kasi yung 25% ng lease rental, hindi diretso na bayaran ng lease sa city government. Ibayad nila sa BCDA yung 100% and BCDA will be the one that will remit the 25% sa city. Na kung minsan, nakakalimutan nila lang. Okay. I have to mention this. Part of what we collected from BCDA, because when we agreed with GSIS na bilhin ng city government yung convention center together with the 1 hectare area, ako, concern ko na isang priority. We are known as the Convention Center of the North, tourism destination. Wala kang convention center. Wala kang convention building. So, we try. And fortunately, we came out with an agreement. GSIS, the leasing of John Hay, na yung share namin na 25%, ididiretso nila sa GSIS para makukuha ng city ang convention center together with the 1 hectare area na kahit kusing walang babayaran. Babayaran yung ating share from John Hay lease agreement. Unfortunately, nagka-problema yan. But, in fairness, may 100 million. I do not like to go into the details. Bakit nagka-problema yan? May 100 million na nakolekta natin from BCDA na naibayad to GSIS. Ngunit kumukulang yan kasi we bought yung agreement natin, for your information, 250 million to buy the 1 hectare area in the convention building. Nadili yan, nag-interest. So, sayang naman na hindi matuloy. We negotiated it again until na pinorgive yung GSIS, yung interest and penalties. So, kumuha kami ng funding ng city, binayaran na namin. So, you own now the convention center in the 1 hectare area where it is starting. Can give that to our children who will be managing the city later on.
Okay, last question na, Mr. Mix.
Kasi Mayor, pinagit mo yung online conditionalities. Now that we have the new, the revised city charter, mas lalo pa tayo mahihirapan. Which favors the BCDA.
Sinabi mo yung city charter. May problema na. Tama ka. Actually, kung basahin mo yung inamid nila city charter, hindi makabagyo eh. No. Be a politics ito ha. Kasi yung privilege mo sa 19 conditionalities, hindi na recognize. Yun yung isang na possibly gamitin ng BCDA na depensa. I hope, again, no offense to anybody, but tingnan natin. You read the 19 conditionalities in the amendment yung city charter. Siguro alam naman ninyo na yung isang problema natin sa amended city charter, yung technical description ng Mitsin Bounds of Baguio City, problematic. And then, sabihin mo na yung ordinansa ng city resolution, pa-approve mo sa provincial board ng PBB. Ay sus, chartered, highly urbanized city tayo, independent tayo sa Benguet, pa-approve mo. I do not like to continue discussing on that because again, they might see that I am politicking here.
Maybe sa next na siguro yun, sa next na press conference.
Tanong mo kasi yan eh. So, you can read the amended city charter.
From PIA, CRC.
Kalau kayo last na nagay-ayaw to?
Last Saturday. And I have seen the chairman. Larry Paredes. They were following us. So because I played with 3 Koreans. Mas gusto ko yung Koreano eh. Na kalaro kasi kahit na konting bit, kung natatalo, this is still is smiling.
Okay, so
Sunod kayo tiikin, sumarunong kayo ayaw mo sa.
sabi niya kanina may dalawang courses pa naman tayo. May Catholic Club and Bible. Okay, so again, sir, Attorney Domogan, thank you very much. And our friends in the media, maraming salamat. Thank you very much.